today. My name is Chandra Gore, and I'm a contributor of Pretty Women Hustle magazine. Today, I have with me Whitney Coleman. Um, she has a lot of letters behind her name, which means she's been in school for a long time. And yes, that's a lot. But you're a clinical social worker, therapist, author, international speaker, and TEDx speaker.
Yes, I
Well,
am.
welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. So let's get started. Tell everybody about yourself.
So, like you said, I am a clinical social worker. I have a background doing a number of different things, including working in mental health, gerontology, child welfare, case management. I've worked in disability services. So, I've done a little bit of everything. Um,
That's a lot.
yes, it is. Um, I know I look a little young, but I've done a lot. Um, I've done some speaking. I've spoken in the US, I've spoken internationally, and I have done a TED Salon.
You are you work you have the J Clinical Services and Breaking Boundaries Therapist Academy. You help um uh BIPOC and mental health clinicians, things like that. So tell me the difference between the two.
So, Jade Clinical Services is where I work with women of color and I provide mental health services. With the Breaking Boundaries Therapist Academy, that's where I work with BIPOC clinicians who are working on opening their own private practices. So,
Oh, oh wow. So you're really you're helping those to be financially independent away from basically from a network. We're in a network, but they're having their own standalone.
yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So what? Okay, let me see. I gotta ask. I really gotta ask. So, do you feel like for the mental health clinicians, do you feel like that is a way for them to reach clients that look like them as well?
It's totally doable. So all of my clients, for the most part, because sometimes I do accept clients who are not BIPOC,
Hmm.
but mostly all of my clients are BIPOC. And that's primarily how I advertise myself.
Okay.
So it is doable. And I will say that some people have a looser definition of what BIPOC means than others.
I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it on TikTok. So I want to first ask you, what are your favorite hobbies or activities outside of what you do for a living?
So I have a lot of interests. Um, a lot of interests. So right now I am really focused on business, but I love theater, especially musical theater. I love to read, especially sci-fi and fantasy. In the past, a lot of people know this about me. I used to take figure skating lessons. Yes.
Oh
People have seen
wow.
pictures of me on the ice. I was absolutely terrible, but I loved it. Um, I'm actually interested in it. I haven't done it yet, but I'm interested in going back and taking gymnastics lessons. Yes, I want to get on the mat and start tumbling.
I would like to do the ball pit, that with all the little, I would do that. Like tumbling, that looks like it'd be fun, but I'm clumsy, so I tumble a lot anyway. So
Yep.
there's that. But yeah, that's totally off, what I'm saying, what somebody would imagine what you would say for that. Like that's different. Um, well, also like what's something that you have on your bucket list but you haven't had a chance to do yet? I know you said you want to do gymnastics, but what is on your bucket list? Bucket list.
Bucket lists that I haven't gotten to do. Now that I'm not sure. I have done a lot. I have done everything from like skydiving, um, Because if I want to do it, I find a way to do it.
Girl, that whole, okay, so you just jumped out of a perfectly good plane. Okay.
Yes, I did.
So what was your thoughts when you would jump out this plane that was fully functional?
I wanted to try it. Um, and it was tandem, so I was attached to someone who's a professional.
Mm-mm.
Fun fact: if you get motion sick, the there's like the suspended flight, and there's the I forgot what the other part is. So the suspended flight is when they release the balloon or net or whatever they call it, but the free fall is the first part. The free fall is great. The suspended flight when they release the thing made me sick. So
Okay,
just
listen. I need to know who I'm gonna be strapped to because I need to make sure they right with the Lord too. Because listen, both of us can't be saved adjacent, so there needs to be some kind of talking. Like, listen, you not blocked from the Lord. I need to make sure because I don't know. I don't want to be that one. So basically, it's good to okay, yeah, jump out the plane, but make sure. Got it.
maybe
I might do it.
oh no, shark diving. Actually, I would like to try that because I did not get to go.
There are 5,892 movies about sharks eating people, and here you go, want to go swimming with them. Okay, all right, you a risk taker, huh?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Oh, bless your heart, sugar, bless your heart. Not I. So what's your favorite season?
Spring.
That's my favorite too. Like, cause you see the flowers blooming, the birds, and all of
Mm-hmm.
the animals.
I go outside every day. I'm looking to see if my tulips are coming up.
My favorite flowers. Those are literally my favorite flowers because they actually can withstand, that first, the spring that has that little frost that comes,
Mm-hmm.
So they do. Yeah, that's okay. Where are you located?
I'm right outside DC.
Girl, you're right down the street. I'm in Stafford. Okay, girl. Okay, listen, we might have to
Mm-hmm.
hang out for the Cherry Blossom Festival and things.
I've actually never been to the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Okay, listen, we're gonna have to keep in context so we can go because it's beautiful pictures. Like it is so cute.
I've
Like,
driven through it. I've just never actually gone.
oh, we getting out the car. We getting out the car. Yeah, because there is a tulip farm not so far from here, not too far, and it's like rows and rows and oh, they look so pretty.
Yeah, and
So that's
I've heard about it. I've just literally never gone.
okay. So this is the thing. I know I work a lot. I focus on doing stuff. I my this year, last year was focused on getting back on track. This year is doing more stuff that I look at and I want to do. So yes, since you're not that far, we can actually yes, we have to do it. So how do you? I mean, being that you're in the DMV, I already know how you do. You commute?
So no, I work out of my house.
Okay, lucky you, lucky, lucky, lucky. So being that you're so this close to the nation's capital, like how do you relax after your busy day or de-stress?
So the thing that actually relaxes me the most is reading. I love to read, and I actually have a goal of reading 120 books a year.
Listen, it is doable. It is doable. It is doable. So, what are some of the favorite things? Like, what's the last book you read?
So I actually cannot remember the name of the last book I read because I was doing a reading challenge.
That always happens.
Like I was reading a whole lot of books in a very short period of time. Um,
Oh,
so it was a Valentine's Day reading challenge. So I was really reading like a whole bunch of books in like 2 weeks. So I would have to actually go back and check because I keep a list of all the books I read.
okay. So, what is one thing you wish people would knew about you that they might not guess at first glance?
So people would not guess, and mainly because of my career, but that I am actually incredibly shy.
I'm a publicist, and people think that I'm this extrovert. No, I'm not. I'm an introvert. So I would get that though. I would not imagine you being yes. Your shadow? Okay, jumping out of planes and want to go swim with sharks and stuff. Okay, girl.
Yeah,
All right.
but I'm very used to like going places, and that's what I do. I go places and I talk to people. I used to
Oh
do
my God.
investigations, so I used to have to go to people's houses and knock on their doors. So I'm so used to having to go talk to people.
Wait,
At
what kind
one
of
point, I worked for
investigation?
CPS.
Oh, okay. I did DOD, so that's two different things. I couldn't do CPS because no, ma'am.
Mhm.
I'm not for that. You are saying for that because I'll be done tear somebody's house up.
Yeah,
Just to
I've
be
literally
honest
done a
with
little bit of
you.
everything.
Okay, girl. Okay, because how do you balance from? How do you balance that part? How did you balance that part of your career? Like, did you take the emotion out of it? How did you balance that?
It was a job. And I did CPS specifically, that was 9 years.
Oh, girl.
And I had another job on top of that.
Oh, girl, that's a lot.
So it was just kind of like I get up, I go to work, do what I have to do, and keep it moving.
Ooh, so your emotions didn't get wrapped into.
No, for the most part. And also,
Oh,
most of it was just you were going there and it wasn't bad.
oh, okay.
There were only a few really bad situations.
Oh, okay. Because I
When they
didn't want
were
to take all
bad,
the children home.
yeah, no, most of the time it wasn't like that.
Oh,
But
okay,
when it was
good.
bad, it was bad.
Man, it takes a special someone to do that type of a job, though. I will say that anybody who's a therapist, anybody who works directly with people at their most vulnerable state, that takes a lot. And me, I'd be sitting on the floor crying because it's like I want to help, but I don't know how.
And I'll tell you, like, I have a lot of friends who are social workers and therapists. And I got to say, next month is social work month. So shout out to all of them because they are out there doing the work. Some of them are still working in CPS, some of them are still working in permanency. And that's what they do, child welfare all the time.
Oh my gosh, they need to be paid all the money, honey, all the money, all the money.
Yeah.
So if you could collaborate with any mental health worker, advocate, or practice as a whole, who would it be and why?
So I would collaborate with Taraji P. Henson. And the reason why is because while I haven't met her, I've gotten to hear her speak. She actually has a passion for what she's doing.
Yes.
She has a personal connection with what she's talking about. She also knows how to speak directly to people.
Hmm.
So she has a way of communicating that actually gets to you. And she puts her money where her mouth is. So she's not just talking, she's actually making an effort to do what she's talking about.
Yes, she is. And I love my fellow Virgo sister, DC own Taraji P. Henson, honey. Yes, gotta say that. Okay, so I know I don't want to keep you long, but can you, what was I wanted to ask about a quote or affirmation that inspires you that you would like to share.
So, an affirmation right now that is inspiring to me is we create our own destinies. So, that is something I actually have it. I don't know if you can even see this. This it's a little thing with writing on it, and it literally says we create our own destinies with a little flower drawn on it.
That's so sweet. So that's good that you have. That's a constant reminder.
Mm-hmm.
That is a constant reminder, and you've done the groundwork to create your own destiny with your career choices and things like that, and then also the fun stuff you do. So that is amazing. So, if you don't mind, would you leave the listeners and viewers, tell them where they can find you and support you?
So you can find me just by looking me up on Facebook. My name is Whitney Coleman. You can find me on LinkedIn, and it's Whitney Coleman with my letters behind it, which is LICSW, comma LCSW dash C. You know, it's a lot of letters. Or you
I
can find me on
told y'all.
Instagram. And on Instagram, you can find me at my practice name, which is at Jade Clinical, and that's JADECLINICAL.
I love it. And I'm glad that we got to talk, and congratulations on being our cover subject. I'm excited about that because that is, I love what this magazine stands for. That's why I write for it. I cover stories for them. And just to see someone who is really doing the work to touch people and to help them makes me smile to see that you're going to be on the cover. But I'm thankful for you talking to me today, and we're definitely going to get together soon since we're not that far from each other. So I will be in contact for that. So when I say, hey, let's go see the cherry blossoms, we're going to go see them, okay?
Just let me know. I'm open on the weekends.
Cool. That works for me. So thank you so much for talking to me today. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
All right, you too.
Alrighty. Bye bye.
Right, bye.